But now, for purposes of us proceeding, Chair, the accounting officer who signed these responses, I want to believe signed them because of support she got from the line managers who are here. And she takes responsibility for that. I think if it pleases you, Chair, we would proceed with these responses, which she acknowledges, and she will be able to ask any officer within it to support our Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. Chair is in the office and could not fail to sign these documents. But if you can hear from the accounting officer who signed the documents, he said she was given the acting appointment for only 10 days. And that one implies when we say we are going to continue with the program, she's going to get stuck just only for 10 days. Me, I would buy the idea of sending the team back so that they come with the accounting officers who executed all these during their tenure of office, so that they are able to respond to some of these queries.
I'm going to listen to all
involved in accountability. First of all, I want to agree with the Honorable Deputy Chair. If I'm to ask Rose in these documents, I will be asking her, for example, why she overstated, say, the payables or the expenses, because she was there at the time of the preparation of the financial statements. But for example, I cannot ask her why she received ex gratia, the casino, and she did not pay the beneficiaries. That question will be misdirected. I must ask that question to the accounting officer who was in office then. When we talk of accountability, we simply mean defending your actions when you were in office. Okay? That is what accountability is. So these people who are these former accounting officers who are on interdiction must answer for their actions. Rose can only, she prepared, Honorable Chair, by the way, given the financial records, you ask Honorable Herbert, Ndiomujenyi, one can prepare these financial statements, and they should speak the same language. That is the financial statements. But accountability, you must defend your actions when you were in office. So, Chair, I want to agree with the Deputy Chair and the Honorable Salwa that these people who are on interdiction must come here and answer for their actions. I thank you.
Honorable Sazi.
One, your letter, it was specific, the accounting officer and any other that was responsible. Two, the law is very clear. Honorable Chair, if we force, these people will take the advantage of the law. It is clear those people, the former accounting officers are there, they are not dead. Let's give ourselves some time, they go back, and we get those people who are responsible. Otherwise, they will take the advantage, and we shall be held responsible. Thank you.
Honorable Moses.
Through you, whether she undertakes to respond or to own the contents of the documents she signed, she undertook to sign, and therefore that she would respond to all the queries raised. Because opening up to entertain this team on the basis of the accounting officer who says, it wasn't my work, I'm sorry, that time I had not been appointed, the 10 days had lapsed, I was waiting for the 6 months appointment, it will be a wastage of the vital time this committee has. But if she says she can, or she has the capacity to respond to that, Mr. Chairman, why don't we proceed with her?
Yes.
Yes, Chairperson have mentioned. The officer who, by the time she signed after 10 days, and by her being there, and the rest sent away, it means she was not, she is not part of the wrongdoings. And those ones who are sent are the ones who did a mistake. Now, still as I concur with my colleagues, you know, with natural justice, would love to know my friend explain that she can heavily carry the cross. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. That those people who have been interdicted to be brought to explain. First of all, interdiction does not mean dismissal. They're still part of the OPM team. And anytime their interdictions can be uplifted and they come back to office. So let them come and face the fire. Let them come and respond on their actions, on whatever they did. Thank you, Chair.
I think we formed an opinion. Unless somebody has a different view, I don't even need to seek the advice of who want to fault you, having ignored. And I'm going to ask you to, do you know how to give an official apology of Parliament? Should I take you there? Have you ever been told to officially apologize? I'll make you stand there, put a string there, put a string. It's not just that you say, I'm sorry. Don't attempt to give. So if you want to, and it can't even be given in this committee, you go to a hall plenary, we will lock you in a dock there, stand there. It's very humiliating. I don't want to take you through that. But this be the last warning. You even attended our induction meeting. We were very deliberate to set the standards of, and listen, these are busy members of Parliament. We have very limited time on our clock. We have 300 agencies. No, 500 agencies. For the reports to go through in a space of 4 months. And in the 4 months, we have 2 where we are going to suspend these committees for committees to go into sectoral committees to consider the budget ministerial policy statement. So you lose 60 days. And some of the work, we are going to go to the field. We also have work where members need to go abroad to audit embassies that are all abroad. All of them, I must have a report done by 30th of June. And the word is shall. We cannot even adjourn it for a single day. So any minute lost is really pressing. So please do a nice job. Make our work. This is also making you look ugly. You're already bad. The entity, not you, the entity is already looking terrible, sharp in the eyes of them. And the issues here might, by the members have gone through your report. We've had a briefing, which I'm going to recall from even members of Parliament. I'm going to recall that briefing because I don't want you to get it. The issue that reoccurred are still there. Goats, iron sheets, Kasim, what? You really have a tall order for the issues to answer. So let the officers, now, Honorable Suman, here you come in handy. Under which circumstances do we have to issue those interdicted officers? We leave it upon you. Will you deliver them? You. Or I issue summons. What would you, Mr. Badida?
Well, Baraba.
Mr. Baraba?
Yes.
Okay, Baraba.
Honorable Chair, as long as it has been decided that the accounting officers must be here, as per the letter, I will deliver.
Mr. Selemba, an acting officer. Because you may bring us an acting officer that was there for also a few days.
Mr. Chairman, we acted with our auditors for purposes of these responses need to be summoned. The idea
The idea if you take that line, she was around for all the period.
Yes, I'm saying the accounting officer then, at the start of the process.
Of auditing?
Yes, of auditing.
She's here.
And then those who could take what we call personal responsibility as per section 45 should be the ones summoned to be here for purposes of the audit.
Let's get this one clear. One, for how long was he in that office?
Honorable Chair.
You talk about materiality. We may be talking of a time that material is not significant.
Honorable Chair, we have the...
Yes.
For 2 years?
Yes.
For this period under review, 2022,
yes.
2023, apart from the 10 days
yes.
she acted, the rest was him.
Yes.
I think substantially we need that person. Now the question is, do we give him summons?
It is important that some doubt be cast on them in terms of seriousness to deal with this matter. I want to propose, Mr. Chairman, that you use your powers under the law to issue summons to that person, because you know failure to respond to summons is in itself criminal, so that there is no room of any excuse. So I would propose, Mr. Chairman, that summons be issued and be transmitted in our normal processes as Parliament.
Who takes responsible of delivering?
Makes sense to issue summons. We give him an opportunity of a formal letter to appear.
In parliamentary language, you don't say it doesn't make sense. You make a suggestion.
Because also it was harsh for whoever mentioned it. But on a lighter note, Chair, I should say we should give him an opportunity to willingly appear through a formal letter. The summons should be given under circumstances where the person has deliberately failed to appear.
Yes.
Honorable Chair.
The first accountable officer is the accounting officer. That accounting officer comes with a backup. And in those backups, there are persons held responsible for certain portions of that accountability. So now the accounting officer then is not present, not because he wanted to be absent, but because he was not informed.
No, because he did not take responsibility.
Because the other person was not informed, because this one did not take responsibility. So I would like to propose, like the Vice Chair said, we formally invite him or her to come and attend the session. Yes, to invite him, not to summon him, to invite him to come and attend the session. The way we have invited these ones, we have not summoned them.
Okay.
Then the person, even that accounting officer, may be aware of who and propose who to back him up, him or her, whom to back the backup team, so that we have a fully constituted team to do the accountability.
Thank you, Chair.
Then the aggregate opinion is that you give you a second chance to do the needful and take responsibility, not the way you've done today. Really, I'm very disappointed. Did you attend our briefing? And you got even the letter. Please just mark that you have wasted a lot of our time. You can imagine, these members here arrived here at 6. We had a briefing. At 10, we had a meeting. At 11, we are with you. At 2, they are going to plenary. But they've tried to their best to keep time to every other detail, and in good numbers. So, we will give you a date. We're not going to give it now. We're going to study our program and give you a date as soon as we think it's practically possible. Because we've got to look at
at the programs, unless I can convince these members if they can make it on Friday. Because you see, let me appeal to you that this week we finish the business at hand, because so much is piling and time is. I want to beg your indulgence that we consider OPM on Friday. If members take it, it's a decision I would have taken administratively, but I need their backup because they are the ones that matter. I can't have these meetings alone, especially when I'm asking them to be here on a Friday, when ideally they should be traveling to their constituency. Chair. And you know, in constituencies, campaigns are already underway.
Chair, I subscribe to the NRM party.
N'ekitongole kya office ya Prime Minister. Abamu bamanyi nti office ya Prime Minister ekulibwa Nabanjja. Office eno mugimanyi ebadde n'ebizibu ebiwerera ddala, y'emu ku office bannayuganda gye balinako ebibuuzo ebingi. Ate ng'omwaka gwe tutunuulira 2022-2023 era gukyalimu ebirumira ebiwerako bw'oba obitunuulidde, mukyalimu embuzi, mukyalimu amabaati, mukyalimu obusiimo, mulimu ebintu bingi nnyo ne ssente z'abeebuduuda. Naye tetwasuubidde tulwali tugenda kubeera nabo, naye mu bulagajjavu bwabwe beekwasiza nti accounting officer eyali abalirira ekitongole ekyo akitwala mu by'essente gwe bayita accounting officer tabaddeewo lwakubanga ali kuwummuzibwako akaseera nga bebabuulizibwako, mu luzungu kye bayita interdiction. Tetusobodde kgenda nabo mu maaso kuba twagala oyo eyaliwo mu mwaka guno ogw'embalirira. Bino ne bigenda mu maaso bye tusanzeemu bwe munaabirabe tunaabayita embuzi, amabaati gakyalimu, obusiimo bukyalimu, mulimu bingi ne ssente nnyingi ze twazuula. Abitebye nga ye yennyini eyaliwo ng'ebyo bigenda mu maaso waali. Kwabadde bulagajjavu bwawo naaliwo kubanga one twamuwandikira ebbaluwa ne tumutegeeza nti buli accounting officer nga si gwe waliwo mu kiseera ekyo, jangu n'oyo eyaliwo. Ekyokubiri, nabasisinkana mu kizimbe awo bonna ba accounting officer ne mbabuulira nti obutamala budde bwa parliament bw'oba si gwe wali mu ntebe eno mu kiseera ekyo, leeta oyo eyaliwo. Naye balowooza nti baneekweka mu bukodyo obwo ne badduka okutunula mu nsonga. Nkakasa nti office ya Prime Minister bannayuganda baginako eriiso George, keetonye, kegwake, kebuzibe, kebanajja wiiki ejja, era kamera ne bannayuganda babalindiridde n'ababaka okuwulira sitoole eva mu office ya Prime Minister ewooma, era baagala nnyo gigoberera ku biki ebyalimu. So bagenda kujja ku lunaku lwe tugenda obbawa bajja kukomawo. Tetukozesezza buyinza buli kubanga oli tatulazeeko nti yeebuzaabuzizza ne bubadde bulagajjavu bwono accounting officer. N'olwekyo tugenda kuddamu tubakole ki, tubayite. Abaganda bagamba omulimba omuwerekera okutuuka waasula. Bakugamba nti nsula mu kalina nti kale katugende. Naffe kye tukoze tujja bawerekera mu bugumiikiriza n'obuwombeefu, naye nga lazima bajja kuddamu ebibuuzo ebikakali ababaka bye balina gye bali. Of the Prime Minister. As all Ugandans know, this office has really a lot of going issues that are unpleasant to listen to and to look at. As the case may be, they were mandated to come and appear before this committee together with an accounting officer who was the accounting officer at the time of the execution of the particular activities under audit, in the audit year. Unfortunately, this agency has had accounting officers, because of the history
that all Ugandans know, which I don't need to qualify, that have been interdicted, but we made it very clear in our letter and in our interface with all accounting officers, not to waste this time, for them to appear here together with those officers who were accounting officers by the period of the audit. Unfortunately, they've not come with one. We've given them a second chance, but they should be in no doubt that this committee will make a final report without the report from the office of the Prime Minister. It's a critical office, and the year under review is the year of Mabati. Now in the report they have other issues like goats. You listen to them. They also have other issues like a casino, and a lot of other issues we've seen in there. We hope and pray that on the date we shall give them, they will find it fitting to appear. We don't want to use the powers of the committee to summon them with the powers of the High Court. We are hesitant to invoke them unless called for, but they are better warned that next time they don't appear, we will invoke those powers. You're welcome.